Denji from Chainsaw Man is a character that I think is hard to hate. I would even say it's easy to like him or at least feel for him. By the way, before we continue, and this is important, you know what I mean by feel? By feeling for a character? Like for Denji, for example, where you would feel happy when he is happy and sad when he is sad, as this is how I am going to refer to that feeling from now on. And you know what? Chainsaw Man actually does that for its protagonist with the very first episode. In its intro, the first episode make us care and feel for Denji, and it's because of how he is introduced. How being the keyword here, as yeah, I know I could just say his introduction was great, but really, it's looking at why it's impactful that is really important. So let me tell you why. And yes, spoiler alert for the first episode of Chainsaw Man, as the video is about the intro of the show, you know? Well, the reason why this intro hits so hard is because of two simple facts. One, that he is sad and alone at the start of the show, or just in a position where he is not that well off would have worked too. You know, him being an underdog. And two, that he doesn't want much. I know this sounds a little weird, but stick with me and you will understand what I mean by that, and why Denji's introduction make us feel for him instantly. So what I mean is that at the start of the story, before even fully knowing the character, we tend to relate easier with underdog. I mean, there is a reason why more people feel for Peter Parker, the nerd from Queen that lost his parent and has money problem, you know, Spider-Man, than to Tony Stark, who has on the surface everything. Not really when you know him, but on the surface level, he seems like he does. You get my point? More people relate to Peter, more people feel for Peter, and this is in a way because he is poor and alone at the start. Well, like I said, not that well off money-wise, then has almost no friend, because he is presented as an underdog. Tony has problem too, but at the start we feel less for him because they seem his problem just seem out of reach before fully knowing him. Not meaning you can't end up feeling for both, and most likely there are other explanations why we feel for them at the end of the day. I am not saying there aren't, but like I said, at the start of the story, especially at the start of a story, I think it's because they are presented as underdog that we understand their struggle easier from the get-go. And if not, having the character suffer a loss near the start is also a good way to achieve that, and this is used in the intro of Chainsaw Man. Plus, when the character wants something that we can relate to one thing, when we understand why they want it, when it relates to them personally, it's even easier to feel for those characters. Like if someone had the need to be seen and respected, like it's the case for Naruto, that want to be appreciated for who he is and not what people think he is, that want to be Hokage not because he want to be the strongest ninja, but because he want to become someone people can look up to instead of down at. Someone that just want to be seen as Naruto and not as a demon. We can relate to that. We can feel that, wanting to be seen for who we are, having people notice our hard work, and him, Naruto being an underdog, being at the dark place at the start, make us want him to succeed even more. It's the perfect combo, something we all want, and someone who we want to root for. Because now, as you can guess, this is where Denji from Chainsaw Man comes in. Not only does Denji, the protagonist, start as a point where it's pretty easy to feel bad for him and empathize with him as an underdog. I mean, he literally sold one of his balls for money. Even if we didn't have to do that ourselves, we can feel for him because we can comprehend some of his pain. If he was a millionaire and lost his money to then have to live like an average person does, we wouldn't feel bad for him. I mean, I'm not even sure we would feel bad for him at all. Because when you think about it, yes, everyone wants to be happy, but not everyone get to be. Not all the time, at least. As a lot of people, if not almost everyone, end up feeling bad at one point or another in their life. So you can easily feel bad for someone. You can then feel empathy for them. It's easier to feel when we empathize. And when we feel for the character, the story just hit harder. But if this wasn't enough to make you feel for him even more, the show makes it so the thing he wants, the only thing he really wants, isn't even something we want. It's something we have. It's a normal livelihood. It's to have a normal day, a normal breakfast in the morning, to be able to fall in love, to be able to have friends. You know, like most people. The reason why it's so sad to watch his story is because the only thing he wanted was something we all want. Something so simple when you think about it. He wanted to live. Because who doesn't deep down want to live? Not just survive, but to be happy. Don't you want to be happy? Why doesn't he get to be happy? He doesn't even have what most people do. And this makes us realize in the span of one episode how good our life is. He is an underdog whose true goal is to be able to live. To really live. To be happy. The perfect combo. And the sad thing is, to pay his right to live, Denji had to lose his dog, his only friend, a demon, the only one who didn't just take from him. Because at the end of the day, we understand what he wants. We all do. Everyone wants to live, not just survive. So it's sad when you see that to do that, to live, Denji had to become a demon. That he had to lose his heart, that he lost his heart to live. Literally, he did both. Start off worse than most, and then lose even more. But because he gained something out of it, because it's the hook of the story, it doesn't feel cheap. All the while having a goal that we all deep down understand. How sad is it that the only way he could continue to live after everything that happened to him was by dying, by losing his heart. Denji lost his heart trying to get what we take for granted. And I don't know you, but I think it's a great intro. So what do you think? Do you agree? I mean, it's okay if you do. Do you disagree? I mean, you can do that too. Well, either way, I hope you had fun listening to me. I know I maybe should have done something Halloween related, because like Green did, but you know, I just wanted to talk about Chainsaw Man. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe and to like the video if you like the video and to want more video like those. Thanks for watching.